Welcome back. The mission for this week's deep dive was, well, pretty clear-cut. We took 5 major industry reports, think Booking, Expedia, Priceline, Kayak, Revolut, and boiled them down. We wanted to find a kind of roadmap for where travel distribution is heading right now. And honestly, the conclusion across all of them was remarkably consistent. It's striking. Personalization isn't just a nice-to-have feature anymore. It's fundamental. It's the absolute bedrock of travel today.
It really is. And that's the critical point for you, the hotel you're listening in. If you're still pushing those generic mass market packages, well, the data is shouting that your business model is facing extinction.
Extinction, that's strong.
It is, but it reflects the shift. We need to understand not just what people buy, but who they're trying to be when they travel. It's about identity.
Okay, let's dig into that identity focus then. Booking.com's huge survey, what was it, 29,000 travelers, basically called 2026, the death of package holidays. People want their trips to reflect who they are, their unique identity, and sometimes that gets pretty specific.
Oh, absolutely. Like 71% wanting fantasy-type trips, castles, medieval settings, or get this, 47% are letting things like astrology guide their bookings.
Astrology. Wow.
Yeah. It's less about the destinations sometimes and more about the personal narrative. But perhaps the biggest driver, according to Expedia's report, is actually media, what we watch.
Right, the set-jetting phenomenon.
Yeah.
That blew me away. We're talking potentially $8 billion in the U.S. alone from people traveling to places they saw on screen.
Exactly.
And it's huge with younger travelers. 81% of Gen Z and millennials planning trips based on films or TV shows. It's not niche anymore.
Not at all. And that craving for story pushes people towards really authentic, maybe unusual stays. Look at the search spikes for salvaged stays.
Yeah, like that old school house in Kyoto, searches up 194%. Or a prison hotel in Cornwall, up 110%.
And farm stays on Vrbo, a 300% jump in review mentions year on year. Authenticity, that unique story, that's the new luxury.
Okay, so if demand is fragmenting like this, becoming so hyper-specific, you can't manage it manually, right? That scale just screams automation.
Precisely. Which leads us to the tech infrastructure piece from the Kayak and Future Laboratory report. They're predicting that by 2030, AI agents could be booking pretty much everything, maybe without any human input.
They even coined a term, feed booking. The idea that you see a place on your social feed, tap once, and boom, hotel booked. Right there.
They're passing all the traditional paths.
Totally.
And think about who's building this stuff. It's not just the usual suspects. You've got major financial players like Revolut acquiring AI startups like Swifty specifically for this. They want to bring autonomous conversational AI to their, 65 million customers? Starting with corporate travel.
The big money is betting on this AI concierge future.
They are. It shows the goal isn't just booking flights anymore. It's about anticipating your whole lifestyle, travel included.
And all this tech, this automation, it seems geared towards capturing impulse, right? That's a spontaneous decision.
Exactly what Priceline's data showed. This treat culture is dominant, especially with Gen Z. 76% booking trips just on a whim for a mood boost.
And they'll travel far for it. 80% willing to fly internationally, just for a day or two if the price feels right.
It also fuels these really niche event trips. They called it fan voyage. 57% traveling for things like sumo wrestling or specific sports events.
College sports, too, apparently. 70% interest among younger groups.
So if you pull all that together, what are travelers really looking for? It seems to be highly specialized benefits. Think wellness, but deeper. They talk about vitamin T tea for travel, choosing destinations for inherent benefits, like unique air quality or local healing traditions, not just a spa menu.
That's fascinating. But there's a counter trend, too, isn't there? People wanting to disconnect more?
Yes, a crucial one. 59% are setting much stricter boundaries between work and vacation. They need places where they can genuinely switch off.
Okay, so genuine disconnection needed, plus worries about over-tourism. That feels like an opportunity.
A massive one.
The data mentioned only about 10% of global cities actually receive tourists currently. That leaves 90% untapped potential.
Which opens the door for what the reports are calling low-intensity travel. It's a chance to spread tourism's impact and cater to that desire for authentic, off-the-beaten-path, beneficial experiences.
So let's try and wrap this up for everyone listening. What's the big picture? Well, forget knowing your customer just by age or income bracket. That era, it's over. It's now about understanding their identity, their impulses, what media they consume, their specific moods and needs, and building the tech to serve that instantly.
That's the core challenge and opportunity. So here's the final thought for you to consider. Given that 90% of global cities see almost no tourism right now, how can you in your specific location leverage these trends? Things like specialized wellness, the vitamin T idea, or those unique salvage stays. How do you turn your place into a compelling, low-intensity travel destination that attracts this new, fragmented, highly personalized traveler? Something to think about this week.